welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Head hot! How you doing, soldier?
I'm doing fine, Donnie. How you doing?
Good, good. What's your name?
Manny Locke. I'm the president of the Baltimore chapter of the Buffalo Soldiers.
My God, my God. What's the word? You've been here how many years?
I've been with the chapter since its inception in 1995, so that's quite a while.
Okay, a lot of people out here today.
Oh, lovely. Today, my daughter was dancing on the stage with Shadina. I'm enjoying Roy Ayers, Ashley Moore, Vicky Winans. I mean, the list goes on. We're having a great time, and I just enjoy it. This is the 14th year, and luckily the Baltimore Soldiers have been part of this since the beginning.
Good. What should people know about the soldiers?
People should know about the soldiers that we want to make sure that people understand about black military history. A lot of young people today don't know about the Buffalo Soldiers at all because it's not taught in history. So what we try to do is do an oral presentation to make sure that we as black folk know exactly where we come from and where we're going.
What did the Buffalo Soldiers do for the establishment of this country?
Well, without the Buffalo Soldiers, there would be no General Colin Powell. There would be no Brigadier General George Price. Basically, they were the stepping stone for our military leaders today. And it's hard to say that when you think about military and people make a career of it, these men and one woman back in 1866 wanted to be something. And the only way that they could achieve that was to join the military at that time or go back to sharecropping and working for master, which nobody really wanted to do.
Now, you know we keep it real on here. I ran across a person last night that said the Indians weren't all that fond of what y'all were doing to them.
That is correct. And if you check the military archives, out of the 2,000 skirmishes that the cavalry had, there were 10 cavalries. The black soldiers only represented the 9th and the 10th. But out of all of the skirmishes with the Native Americans, out of the 2,000, the black soldiers only participated in less than 10% of that. So technically, they did what they had to do as far as following orders. They did not like fighting another ethnic group, but once you join the military, and if you look at 2010 today, you follow orders. Not to say that it was right, but they did what they had to do in following orders.
I mean, the Indians were our friends in many instances. Many of us ran from plantations and hooked up with the Seminoles, the Sioux, the Cherokee, Apaches, to my understanding.
You're absolutely right. A lot of the Native American group, especially the Western Plains Indians.
Who were the Western Plains?
The Plains Indians were like the Arapahoes, the Cheyenne, the Apache, the Sioux, and there were different fractions in them, but we must remember that the Plains Indians were totally different from the Navajo and some of the civilized Indian tribes. One thing that I want to get straight is that the black soldiers always, especially the Buffalo Soldiers, get a lot of flack because they fought the Native Americans. However, the majority of the Native Americans turned on their own people. For example, Custer and them, they had Apache braves that were hunting Apache braves. Some of the other Native Americans, the Sioux, for example, half of the Sioux were hunting the other fractions of the Sioux, the Comancheros, the Comanches. So technically, all indigenous people turned on themselves. If black Americans at that time in 1866 and all the Plains Indian tribes would have got together, they wouldn't have been able to defeat the white man because there was too many of them coming in. The white man had guns where the Indians had bows and arrows and stuff like that. So technically, even if all 20 of the Plains Indian tribes would have got together, they never would have been able to succeed in defeating the United States military.
Good deal. Appreciate the history lesson.
I just wish that a lot of people would do more, especially the young people. When we talk to young people, they don't know anything about the Buffalo Soldiers. That's why we do this. And it's a shame that our educational system doesn't teach about the Buffalo Soldiers in the school.
That's what they got me and you for.
That's why the Baltimore chapter of the Buffalo Soldiers do what we do. We have an active website, which is BaltimoreBuffaloSoldiers.org. And I invite everyone to look at our website and find out more about the Buffalo Soldiers.
At ease, soldier.
Thank you very much, Donnie. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Keep watching BeMoreNews.com. The news before the news. We uncover.